are watching the #1 podcast in the whole entire wrestling community, and I'm one of your hosts, Juanzo.
And I'm your other host, Jean-Paul Leek.
And together we are Raw Break. How's every single one of you, family? And this time to talk about NXT UK. Pretty decent show. Maybe it wasn't like a home run this time, but like it was a pretty, it was pretty good. It was to the point. I like it. It was enjoyable. It always is. So we got a lot of like storytelling here. My girl lost, so I'm pretty pissed. But I know that it's a long-term booking for Jean-Paul. So I was actually really upset. Because, I don't like Jinny that much, and now she gave me more reasons to dislike her. But, let's hear from Paul. How you doing?
Yeah, good. And I like this episode of NXT UK. Like, I like every episode of NXT UK because they always do. I always sound like a broken record, but I don't care. This is the best show in wrestling. I'm going to keep, I'm going to keep putting it over. They do everything right. The storytelling's legit. They don't just give you a feud and end it a week later. No, you make things feel special. Like, in this match, I actually did think Valkyrie was going to win because I'm used to just, to spoil the match. And, just because that's how booking is nowadays. Yeah. The babyface gets in a feud, they win right away. And you're like, okay. But, when obviously we saw, like you like to say Jesus or, no, Joseph Connors. We saw him out there. He pretty much, caused the distraction. And that's what you do when you have like, when the heel has somebody out there, whether it's, whatever he is, her business partner, as they say. But, I thought I saw him checking out the cake once or twice, but, hey,
I was checking it even, so it's fine. But thank you so very much, family. Thank you so very much also for the support that you give us every single day. It always keeps us ready to go and keep creating more content for you guys. Thank you especially for this video. Almost 1,000 views and stuff. So thank you so very much, family. And the Painmaker survives Nick Gage fight for the fallen. I'm sorry that's for the audio problems that we had. I always acknowledge also that we gotta give you the best. And this time we were trying something different and it didn't work out the way we wanted to. But for now we
you know why this video did so good? Because I'm probably the biggest AEW hater and they couldn't hear me. So then everybody liked it. They were like, yee.
So I need to do the same thing for every AEW video.
Just mute me when it's AEW.
But almost like you said, they still did 1 million views. Yes. So it's still solid for AEW, and now the tease for CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. So a lot of things promising. Juventud, you said you don't want to watch. You're not really looking forward to it. But I heard that Lionheart might come back, Paul.
Yeah, I don't know. Can he? Yeah, I hope it's the same tights, but if it is, they might explode on screen. So we might.
No, they need to stretch it out.
Yeah, exactly. No. Let's give him new stuff. But no, this was all right. Like we said, Cody and Aleister Black, or Malachi Black. Excuse me. It feels like that's kind of even. Not it's. It's going more AEW booking with kind of what we saw here, the beatdown, and then he beat down, who is it, the Luchador. He kicked him out to Fuego del Sol, and it's just like, what is even going on here? And then everything we saw with the Elite Squad and just Hangman Adam Page. They actually presented Hangman in the Dark Order legit, and then our champion and the tag team come out like losers. So no.
Yeah, but but match quality was okay. But I said, check it out. Let us know how you guys feel about it. Comment, let us know, because we all love when every single one of you is commenting, subscribing. So please, family, keep doing so. So Tristan Archer opened the show with actually Jordan Devlin. Tristan Archer, we saw him last week also. So he's actually being pushed frequently in the show. So that's really good. And this time with Jordan Devlin, one of the top guys of NXT UK. So that was a really cool match. I enjoyed it, and he did not look bad. He put over Jordan Devlin in a really nice way, but I think Jordan Devlin did the same thing for Tristan Archer.
Yeah, Tristan Archer, he's one of the guys who, I don't know if he actually isn't under contract here or if that's just the gimmick they're portraying. They're like, oh, he was so good last week, we brought him in this week again. And, they're trying to portray like maybe they didn't sign this guy or anything, and they might not have. But, if I was them, boom, I would be, after this match especially, I'd be like, hey, here's a contract, what do you think? Because, this guy's so good, and like you said, even when he loses, he's in a match with Jordan Devlin. Nobody expected him to win, but he didn't go out there and just get his ass beat. He looked good. And, there's nothing more you can ask for a guy like that. So, I would sign him. But like you said, you knew how this was going to go. Devlin, he put him over a little bit. But then when he took over, the big headbutt, because he went for the feast your eyes almost. Yes. But, or the go to sleep, really. And he countered it, hit the big headbutt, pulled him in for that, the devil inside that back driver, backdrop driver, whatever they call it. 1, 2, 3. Nobody expected him to lose.
There was no way. Yeah,
but a good match.
No, good match. Exactly. It's a pretty good match. And Jordan Devlin had the microphone, so he was just talking about how like A-Kid and him are going to go for like the 30-minute Iron Man match. And he says, oh, the A-Kid, oh, like, you know, you're going to put your career on the line because you're going with me, you know, the A's. And that's what you do every single time that you go against me. So like A-Kid actually comes out and he's still like using like the crutches and all of that. So like Jordan Devlin is like, oh, the baby's here. He's making fun of him.
Yeah, he calls him Tiny Tim from like the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, or the Spanish delinquent. I like that one. And you know, like it's he would kick both of the crutches and all of that, but then he's like, so because you know he will be limping or anything, but
yeah,
he's good. So he's actually.
No, obviously the injury was a work, or at least maybe it was real. But it wasn't a torn ACL. Maybe
it was just it will work. And it was a storyline injury, and then the A-Kid started like to just kicking his ass. He takes them out of the ring, and he says that like he's better than ever now, and then he's gonna show him like who's the best out of the two. So next week that's gonna be our main event. So might as well, since we're here, like let's talk about it, Paul. What are your thoughts about this? A pretty legit main event, 30-minute Iron Man match.
Oh yeah, the match is.
I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know if the A-Kid's gonna get the win because then you kind of you're not burying Jordan Devlin, but maybe you're sending him back to the United States then? I don't know.
No, this is what I'm going to ask you. Okay, you look at these two guys, right? In the ring, you could argue that either one is the better wrestler. I mean, I think Devlin is, but A-Kid is right behind him. And I mean, A-Kid he's really good in the ring, but okay, after that, presence. Okay, yeah, they both look good, you know, good-looking guys. Okay, whatever, legit. And then you go promo. A-Kid is here and Devlin.
Oh no, yeah. No,
so to me Devlin has to go over.
Right,
Because he's the hotter commodity right now. He's the one, like you said, you can if you put A-Kid over in NXT, like you know, on Tuesday nights, I don't think he'll get over.
No,
you know, but Jordan Devlin would get over. So it's like Devlin's the hotter commodity. He has to win this match, you know, and I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, both these guys are great wrestlers. And to me, this, you know, if these guys stay at NXT UK, this could be like a long running feud. You could book this thing, you know, years down the line when one of them is maybe NXT champion or something. You know, this could be like a really good series of matches over the years. You know,
and they have history together. Yeah. So I would like that. I really enjoy that. So a few of the rules, Paul, 30-minute time limit. Superstar with the most decisions after time expires declare the winner. Just for the people that have never seen an Iron Man match before, it's normally an out, but now because of like like new newer generations, newer years.
And I would just say because the TV show is only
TV
an hour,
time.
and because it's
TV
only an
restrictions.
hour long,
there you go. Hell yeah, thanks for helping me with that. If tied after 30 minutes, the match will go into a sudden death where the first decision wins. So I mean, we saw it with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart years and years ago, but I don't think they're going to do that. But at least it's going to take like pretty much half of the show. So that's good. It's going to be extremely great. So let's talk about now Jinny and also like my girl Eva Valkyrie because they're going to have a match. Jinny saying that she's a little girl that she likes to hide, doesn't want to show when she's ready. But Jinny's actually out. I want to teach you who the best woman is, and I'm just gonna put that little girl, where she deserves. I mean, we'll see the match. We'll talk about that in a little bit. What did you think about this promo from Walter talking about Ilya Dragunov, Paul?
Oh, I mean, I'm excited for the match, definitely. I mean, like we said, we already aired our grievances when they're like, oh, why is it just going to be probably middle of the card on, NXT 36? Like, this match deserves to main event any pay-per-view in modern wrestling, especially, it's so good. It don't matter who's presenting it. This could main event WrestleMania. If it's half as good as their first match. You know what I mean? Because that match was amazing. It's still my favorite match, I would say, that I can remember in probably the last 4 or 5 years. But it kind of sucks that it is where it is. But like we said, we already talked about that. I mean, the promo was good though, but it's the same thing we always heard. He's like, oh, Ilya, the difference between you and me, blah blah blah. It's the same promo, but I mean, the imagery was cool when he beat up Dragunov and he had him on the mat and he's rubbing his face in the title, like you'll never have this. I mean, it's really good imagery to hype this match. So.
Oh yeah, it was going to be good, and like you said, like I already aired my grievances. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. I mean, I'm looking forward to Samoa Joe and Scarlett. Yeah. So and also Karrion Kross and that, and give you just a little bit of
just Samoa Joe and Scarlett.
And Scarlett, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be good. Like when we talk about Monday Night Raw, we'll say I finally found out the reason why they're supposedly making Karrion Kross all the losses and all of that. But tell me a little bit about this because I know you enjoy this, and they did this in such a nice way, such a smart, clever, brilliant way. Because we got Meiko Satomura arrives into the women's locker room, and they're all friendly with each other. You know, they were like so kind of like just like gossiping and all of that. But like it's like I'm the champion. Like who's gonna come after me? You know, that was so cool. And then there's like everybody gets fired up. It's like so, and I could see Stevie Tucker right there. Is like Blair Davenport. We see Danny Luna. So a lot of the girls right there. I saw Zaya Brookside and Amelia McKenzie. So what do you think? This was really.
Oh,
really
yeah. I mean, yeah, because I mean, the final boss, the most legit woman in this entire locker room, just walked in, and even if she didn't have the belt, because the belt doesn't make her legit, she makes the belt legit.
Yes.
No, that's the thing. So she
and look at
comes
this
in,
smile.
Yeah, she comes in. She's like that. Well, that's the face when you subscribe to Rope Break.
That's right. That's right.
But, no, I mean this was good. She walked in like pretty much what the hell are you doing? Like who's gonna step up? Like you're all just sitting in here being bullshit on your phones. Like so, and then they all start screaming. Oh, I beat you last week. Oh, well, I wrestled in Japan. Oh, and you hear them all bickering, and she's just like, show the picture. That's right. So yeah, this was good because Mako,
she did that. She needed to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that. Yeah, she needed a little shaking things around. That was good. So like that was good for Mako, and I like that. So now let's air my grievances one more time. So my girl, right there, I love that woman from top to bottom. Like she's amazing. But so Jinny of course had to be in the way. And what do you think about the match? Let's hear it from you, and then I'll give you my grievances.
I mean, the match itself was really good. Jinny, she's a great heel. Valkyrie's good to selling, especially like facially when she gets beat up and she's smaller. So, it really seems that Jinny's in control, beating her up. But when she comes back, she's able to overcome the odds. And then, Joseph Connors steps in and, unfortunately, like a dumb baby face, but it's like every baby face. So,
yes.
As I'm not just picking on her or anything, you attack the heel. And then, while the ref is, distracted by him, that's when Jinny, will get a sneak attack in or two. So, and that happened a few times in this match, but Eva kept kicking out. She kept getting out of submissions. She kept, going on the offense, making her comeback. So I really thought she was going to win. But then, we saw Joseph Connors get involved one last time. And then Jinny was able to hit like her rolling Liger kick, I think Nigel called it, when then 1, 2, 3, she was able to get the win. And I mean, you saw Valkyrie. She was pissed. She's looking at Connors, looking at Jinny. So, this feud isn't over. What
do you think about the finisher? Because to me, it's weak.
It wasn't hit right, and especially when Valkyrie puts her hands up, she should just turned her head to the side and just like instead of taking it like
do it again. Yeah.
Instead, like if this is the boot, don't take it like here. Take it like kind of to the side of your head and like trust them, because when you put your hands up. And then and it looked like Jinny even pulled up on it, like it barely even hit her.
Yeah,
it wasn't executed right, but I think if you do it right, it's almost just like an enziguri almost, but like just like with your heel instead of like leading with the front of your foot. Like it's
and to me, maybe like the way that Jinny like hits the moon pole is like really like slow. Like if it would be like really like quick, I would be much more impactful.
I would want to see it against somebody else. If it looks just those weak against 2 or 3 other different women, then I'd say yeah. But it could have just been this match. I mean, we see great wrestlers hit finishers like shit. So I won't judge it yet, but.
It's true. It's true. So like you said, like just to compliment on you, like I'm looking for the long-term booking here. I'm assuming that because Jinny had this great win, she's going to be the next one to go against Meiko Satomura. So that's why I'm just like okay with it. I'm assuming that that's how it's going to be, because like Eva is like pretty much like in my head that was kind of like hitting number 1 contender. We'll see. I mean, Blair Davenport is also in the way. So there's a lot of things they can do with Eva, but I mean, I'm still a little bit upset. But I trust long-term booking when it comes to NXT UK. Please don't let me down. So that's all.
And you got to think about it too. Let's say Meiko Satomura, she's only gonna have one reign as NXT UK Women's Champ. You brought her in, you're presenting her like she's badass. You didn't just bring her in like, oh yeah, here's Joe Blow from he works at the gas station. No, you presented her like the best women's wrestler in the world. You give her the belt. You're going to want her to have a long title reign. You're going to want her to have her beat pretty much everybody. And I think Valkyrie is going to be the next NXT UK Women's Champion.
Yeah.
So why, you're not going to do it immediately.
You're not going
to have her go against her and lose, and then go against her and lose. No, that's like WWE main roster
booking. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do that.
You're wait, maybe over a year. Maybe it'll be a year to the day.
They did that with Kaylee Ray. Yeah, if you do that with Kaylee Ray, why not they do it with that? Something that, Paul, I'm not really looking forward to this. I mean, I was like maybe like the second time, the first time, but not like the fourth time is Rampage Brown and Joe Coffey. They're going to keep like teasing this match like it's like the greatest thing in the world. I mean, After 4 times, I don't know. I have my doubts about it. I'm hesitant to say it's going to be great. But whoever wins, of course, they could be easily the number 1 contender for whoever comes out of Dragunov and Walter.
Yeah, I mean, with this I don't want to be like a Tony Khan here and be like, this needs a stipulation, but I feel like this match needs something. Like, you know, I don't want to say last man standing. Definitely not like Extreme Rules or some bullshit like that, but some kind of, maybe this was the Iron Man. I mean, I don't know. Normally people like more technical wrestling for an Iron Man versus just a big brawlers, but to just have another singles match.
Yes.
Like you said, this needed something. Unless you were like, you said, boom, this is going to be number 1 contender. And this thing, you know, when I beat you, I'm going to pick the scraps of whoever's left from Dragunov and Walter. You know, that's like what I would have did, but.
They didn't do that, so that's a big problem. So let's talk about with like a match that actually was inspired by Meiko Satomura, and it was Stevie Turner against Aaliyah James. It was like to the point, quick. You know, like Stevie like is another woman that like at some point they're gonna push her. Legit, the character is good. Remember the 4th dimension and all of that. Like Steve and Aaliyah, I think like is more like the other Aaliyah like years ago in NXT USA. So just has like opportunity to grow. But here she didn't look bad. She actually went out. She got a little bit of offense, but the main thing was Stevie, because maybe even Stevie could be like the next one to feud against Meiko Satomura. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you this, but like at least she seems ready to have a match against the final boss.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? It might not even just be Jinny. They might do something where Stevie Turner gets a couple wins. You know, Jinny has a few wins under her belt against Eva Valkyrie, who was undefeated for a long time. So I would say she's probably, you know, at the top of the list. But, you know, then Blair Davenport might get some wins, and then all these women could argue, and then maybe we'll see, you know, one of your favorites, a triple threat match, and then that will determine a number 1 contender. You could do something like that. It might not just boom automatically be Jinny, but, you know, that's what I'd rather see, because then it's like, okay, now we can see the best of the best duke it out to determine the number 1 contender. But no, this was good. You know, Aaliyah, she had a comeback. You know, she used her athleticism, but it was good because she's quick with it. You know, she can quick duck under a clothesline, hop back up, you know, grab you for a roll up or flip you over, arm drag, you know, something like that. And it looks good. And, you know, like they said, she was a gymnast and everything. So, you know, that translates well here for wrestling. But like you said, the main thing was Stevie Turner. You know, she looked good. I love like that flatliner in the ropes where she sends it.
Oblivion, right?
Yeah.
Oblivion, like Liv Morgan for the ones that like, remember that Oblivion. Like, let's have it again right for you guys. And done. And then Paul had some things like falling off. So there you go. And like Stevie Turner gets the win, and pretty legit. You know, like I said, maybe Meiko Satomura. We'll see what happens after that, Paul. But like, tell me a little bit about you know, this. They're actually going to be a tag team. Remember, we actually teased it last week, and they're going to be a tag team, and it's Jack Stars and also Dave Mastiff.
Yeah, this was good. I love he's, you know, they're just like, oh, Jack, you know, oh, you're legit. Let's see how fast you are. And he's hitting the ropes, you know, real quick and everything, you know, ducking under Mastiff's legs and everything. And then Mastiff kind of just body blocks him to the ground. He's just like, yeah, you're quick, but I'm immovable. And that means we're going to be a pretty good tag team. And then he helps him up, and they're like, yee. So,
like,
hey, I mean, these guys, to me, I'm not going to compare them to it, but I am. You know, it's like a Heath Slater and a Rhino.
Yeah.
You know, who we saw, you know, at Legends of Hamburg, you know.
Yeah, man.
And, but, I mean, this is something where this can be an underdog tag team. Like, let's say, you know, Pretty Deadly. We'll talk about them in the main event or at the end of the main event. You know, let's say they need a new number 1 contender down the road if they're still the champs. They're a heel tag team. Who better than this underdog makeshift babyface tag team, you know, to beat them and be the champs?
Exactly. So no, I like the idea.
And that would put Jack Stars over as like, hey, this guy ain't just the jobber. He's not just the gatekeeper. You know, he's legit. And Dave Mastiff, I think, you know, since the beginning of NXT UK, you know, he's been one of the guys who's always there, always been legit. He puts everybody over, but he's never put over.
He's never been put over by everybody else.
This would be a great opportunity to be like, hey, man, we appreciate you, you know, tag team champion.
Be legit, exactly. Yeah. So now it's going to be good. I'm looking forward. They're building tag teams. They're building the tag team division, so that's good. I really like that. So, you know, let's go to the main event, Paul, really quick. And this is Mustache Man, and we got to see our voice.
Here, come back to us. I got to do it.
That's right. Do it. Yep. There you go. We got to see Trent Seven and Tyler Bate going against Symbiosis, and I mean, I like the guy. You know, I love a Mustache Man. They're pretty legit, but like Symbiosis is pretty much like the jobber team. You know, they never win against anybody. They're just there to job to other people. And I don't know if it's the right thing to do for them, but like the match was okay. You know, it wasn't like a great main event that NXT UK always gives us, but it was to the point. It was what we're supposed to be. I mean, we wanted Symbiosis because of like storyline purposes, but they actually went the other way and they gave Mustache Mountain the win. So, Paul, tell me.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's the problem. If your tag team champions were a babyface, Symbiosis would have won this match, I think. But your tag team champions are heel. And also, you're going against Mustache Mountain. So that's an uphill battle, no pun intended, to begin with. So, but to me, this, the match was great. Trent Seven sold. Obviously, he's the bridesmaid, never the bride. So he was the one doing all the selling. They're going to put Tyler Bate over. He makes the hot tags, comes in, cleans house, everything. He did the bop and bang onto what's his name? I forget. Eddie Dennis. There we go. There, yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Dennis.
On Eddie Dennis, he hit him with that, and he even hit I think he hit Primate with it later on too, or T-Bone, one of them.
Yeah.
But the spot that I thought, no, Symbiosis is going to win because, that was legit. That was so good. They're distracting the ref. Eddie Dennis picks him up. Boom, Razor's Edge on the barricade. I was like, that was badass. This is going to be the end of it. Perfect ending. I'm legit. Perfect ending. Nope, rolls him back in the ring, kick out. I'm like, come on.
Can I live?
And then he makes a big comeback. And then, of course, after his comeback, then he sells his back like,
yeah.
Like, no, he should have been done. I don't care who. He's not Goku. He's not Superman. Like, no, don't. So that was kind of a little bullshit. At that point, okay, the baby faces are going to win. Because if the heels were going to win, that was the best spot. You're not going to do anything better. Like you have here, they hit their finisher 1, 2, 3. Symbiosis is done. So this little feud is over. And then we saw, okay, what are they going to do? And then, okay, boom, right to the tag team champions. And then that's good because I think, if you do this match, if you want to give the titles to Mustache Mountain, that's fine because then they're going to get one of these heel tag teams over. And hopefully that, like we said, is T.O. Man and Raja. That to me is the guys you build up over the next, let's say Mustache Mountain. This is just my long-term booking. Let's say they hold the titles for 4 or 5 months. That's enough time to build these guys up. T.O. Man, they can run through everybody. You can really push this family, creepy, cool storyline they got going on. And they can be legit, and then they can beat Mustache Mountain. Or you can go what I said earlier about the underdog babyface tag team. You can build up Jack Stars and Dave Mastiff if Pretty Deadly goes over. And if they go over Mustache Mountain, I think that kind of solidifies Pretty Deadly as these guys aren't just the long hair, the flame.
Yeah,
no, they're badass.
Yeah, exactly. Milli Vanilli wannabes. Yeah. No. I agree with you. I mean, like I said, I like the guys, but like you said, hopefully the match is really good between the two. And we'll see. Maybe, like you said, also they lose Mustache Mountain, and then the cracks. We've been waiting for that. Then we see the cracks finally. So there's a lot of ways.
I honestly wish with all these matches that are kind of being set up, besides Mako Satomura, you have a bunch of good matches set up. I really wish there was just an NXT UK pay-per-view, but I know over there they're still in lockdown. I believe in the UK. I think
naturally no, because a lot of people were telling me that the Euro Cup was actually in Wembley Stadium in England. And they had 70,000 people. So no, I don't know why they don't. Maybe there's not a lot of people that is interested in buying tickets yet. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like they don't want to do it. So I mean,
but like Walter and Dragunov, you have Mustache Mountain and Pretty Deadly. You have a bunch of good matches. That this could be
Jordan Devlin against Naked.
Yeah.
You could have Eva Valkyrie going against Blair Davenport, something like that like will set you up, and then Mako Satomura. I guess maybe not a top girl, but I don't know.
No, like you said, even Jinny. If you want to just do the Jinny route, okay.
Yeah, okay, there you go, legit. So that's the show that we have for you guys, family. Pretty Deadly and Mustache Mountain. They stare down. They're gonna have a feud. The titles are going to be involved. So, thank you so very much for being with us one more time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and also give the video a like. And don't forget, tomorrow, absolutely live, Jean Paul and myself, Smackdown from Minneapolis. What's going to happen with Finn Balor and Roman Reigns? What's going to happen with Edge and Seth Rollins?
So
what's going to happen
to the main roster to be jobbed out.
There you go. Tony
That's what's going to happen.
There's going to be a lot of things coming up. So, live after the show is over, 20 minutes after that, we're going to be on Twitch. We're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be everywhere. So be with us. Join. Comment. Let us know what you guys feel about the show. So, Paul, there's only... Well, I already mentioned the social media, so we're all good.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So there's one more thing that
And also, family, one thing, if you guys want to purchase the Rope Break t-shirt, please let us know, in the comments or message us on any of our social medias. We'll hook you up.
Tomorrow we'll show you and Mustache mounted the Liga and everything. So, be there for us tomorrow. So you and me have one more thing that is left to say, and that is